I had to say a few things. It's been a minute since I let my voice be heard, but I had this perspective that was brought to me, and you know, I had this crazy thought that uh, why do people insist on portraying themselves as some of the most angelic, righteous, peaceful, pure, uh, holy uh, things that they can even imagine? For example, every time you see a, a demonstration or a impersonation, they always show angels being white. They always show them with long hair, especially the men, long hair, looking very unmasculine. And it's basically like, how can one of the most evilest race, culture, however you want to say it, one of the most evilest culture insist on portraying themselves as some of the most purest, righteous creatures, and it just boggles the mind because it takes a whole different type of uh, demonic energy, inhumane society to dehumanize another human, literally dehumanize another human. For an example, during the days of the Caucasian invasion of African slavery that were forced to be in America against their will, it was like easy to kill a person of color without a second thought, without a care in the world, without any type of conscience or any type of forethought, pre-thought. And it's crazy to think that another human being that walks, talks, acts, breathes, lives in the same world as another human who has the same types of boundaries, meaning that you can't go out in outer space or you'll suffocate, vice versa with a person of color. They can't go out of space or they'll suffocate. So for a race to actually practice, instill, worship, teach, however you want to say it, the art of dehumanizing another human being from childbirth to elderly age. So, for an example, have you noticed how criminals on payroll, aka cops, they do not hesitate to kill, maim, disrespect, trample, however you want to say it, the human rights of a melanated individual. For an example, the demonic Caucasian, hold on, let this train pass. Okay, stop on good. The story of those two demonic, wicked Caucasian criminals on payroll killed that woman of color within her own home after she called the police in fear of her life, not knowing the wicked energy that will be forced upon her from the criminals on payroll, especially the Caucasian criminals on payroll. So they shot her in her face with the uh, defense, if you want to say it, of feeling threatened to be splashed with a pot of boiling water. However, if you look at the body cam, you can tell that she poured the water out of the pot. Again, if you don't believe that, when she put the pot in front of her face to shield her face from the sight line of that criminalistic, evil, Caucasian, demonic criminal on payroll, he had to step forward, aim over the pot. He saw that the pot was empty. he shot that beautiful woman in her face, which truly shows you the lack of humanity within the Caucasian culture, especially when it's in the turn of a person of color. But what blows my mind is this: the way they want to enjoy our culture, our music, our food, our lifestyle, our color, of all things, our color, so many things that they envy, jealous, and totally, I don't know what to say, I guess you could say white culture vulture our essence. But when you see a person who is originally of the essence, you just have some type of hate of, I guess it's a jealousy. Now I think about it, now I say what I say. I believe it's a jealous, angry energy that they have for people of color, because it's impossible to enjoy the culture of the person or the people, but when you see the actual people, you treat them as if you see a roach or a rat or anything that should be feared or thought as of a pest. Now, remember, they don't teach people this in schools, that there were already people of color in America long before any European colonizers or pillagers, victimizers, or invaders, or the American society, however you want to say it. Before they colonized a free world or a free land that was for the people, Native Americans, people of color, of all shades and ethnicities, even those of true dark African complexion, as my beautiful chocolate self is, the same color of a Snicker, you dig? Anyway, so they always want to say that we're all brought here on slave ships. A lot of us were, sadly, a lot of us were brought here against our will with chains on our neck, and the dehumanization started way before the ship. Before I even say on the ship, it started when they put the chains in their neck. Alone when they I don't know how you apply caliber to a gallows or anything like that. You poke them and make them get in line and move on, move faster, get on this ship. We're heading to a new world that you're gonna build, but be victimized in, oppressed, repressed, compressed, depressed, repressed, and plain oppressed in, to the point where you all have the feeling that I feel when I see, like, for example, those two Caucasian demonic individuals who shot that lady of color in her home after she was in fear, not knowing the fear that she thought she was experiencing wasn't even it. It was them who came to her home in her life with an empty pot. For those who always want to say she threatened him with water. One, you can see her pour the water out. Two, you can see her put the pot in her face. Oh my God, boy. Oof. She put the pot in her face to dodge the sight line of that criminal on payroll weapon. He literally had to step forward over the pot, so he seen the pot was empty and shot that woman in the face. So there shouldn't be any trial, shouldn't be any discussion. But of course, this is America. He's in the lady, the complexion of a beautiful chocolate complexion as myself. Man, that's oh man, oof. And she ain't the first, definitely ain't gonna be the last. It's been going on for too long now, you know? And then the truth thing is, for the ones who be like, oh, I'm not racist, just my antecedents were racist. That was just my granddad. I say, okay, let's just say your granddad was racist, which he was. And let's just say that the things that were directed to us from the free from the Acclamation Proclamation that was signed in to abolish slavery, if you want to say it like that. You know what they did? Instead of giving us our 40 acres and a mule, they gave it to the slave owners. The ones who got over 400 years of free, beyond labor. It's basically like you, man, I don't even want to say it. I just say they would work to death, figuratively and literally. And once the chains were taken off our necks and feet, you put it on our pockets, in our minds, and they have the nerve to be like, I'm not racist. My granddad did. Well, so if you're not racist, give us the stuff that your granddad stole from my granddad and give it to his grandchildren. The first thing they'll say, no, I'm never going to give up this stolen goods. I'm never going to relinquish the things that we stole from your people. And we're going to patronize you. We're going to patronize you with reparations, knowing not only do you deserve it, not only that it's needed, deserve it, it's scope of wickedness to even entice or patronize an individual for the evil deeds that your people did to their people. But for you to wave it in their face and say all types of, oh, it was a long time ago and all that. If it was so long ago, why are you still benefiting till this day from the end now, and you will be for the rest of your entire wicked life? So people be like, are you racist? I said, no, I'm not racist. I'm just reversing the energy that was poured upon myself, that was forcefully down our throats to have this. Now, really, I'm just speaking truth. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm lying or committing defamation on anything. I'm telling the truth. In order to dehumanize an individual that has the same boundaries as yourself, takes a level of wickedness that is unmatched. Now, let's just say, for instance, they're going to say, well, what about the black on black crime? See, this is another one of those whitewash, systematic, demonic things. Okay, if you instill self-hate or self-devalue, or how can I say it so people understand? When you basically force a person to not only accept, believe, and to the point where they should enjoy being berated as less than a human. Black people this and black people ain't that and blah 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 blah. So that's already a energy of self-hate. But then when you add on the systematic oppression, repression, compression, depression, and just plain on pressing, you're going to get a individual who has no love for not only himself or anything that looks like him. So yeah, black on black crime is going to be high. It's because you made it that way. You see what I'm saying? And for them to be like, oh no, we didn't. Yes, you did. Because if you look at the history books, people of color had way more unity. In the times where the world was against us, to the point where you could be killed for just looking at a person, especially a Caucasian woman. A black male could look over her, and she could lie with those fake Caucasian tears, and they'll come kill a whole community, which has happened time and time again. They even made movies about it, Rosewood and the Tulsa. Matter of fact, Tulsa, Oklahoma. That right there is the epitome of the evil practices that non-melanated American society type of individuals can fathom. These individuals are in their own community, just like the Native Americans who had an ideology that the world doesn't belong to me or anyone. The world is all of ours. The world is to be shared amongst everyone. There shouldn't be a United States of America or a Texas or whatever these Caucasian demonic people made. It shouldn't be that. It's supposed to be you live off the land and the land will provide for you. But as we all know and history has showed us, they were killed or forced to go into, like you say, Oklahoma, which was considered a bad land until they realized the actual uh, value in the land. So, with I don't know what to say about all that. Um, I don't even know. It's just like, uh, it's, I don't know. You know what I mean? Technically, there's no one in the world that is unattractive. I mean, there's no one in the world that's ugly, but some people have more attraction than others. If I felt like if she was to hold herself with a better degree of respect for herself and not come out looking like I don't even. I hate to talk about my melanated sister, but well, let them do it. They disrespect me. Talking about I'm a nice guy. I'm too nice. I'm not hood enough. So, well, anyway, that's in the story. But yeah, she had a little bit more respect for herself to come out more dressed, especially at night. Surprisingly, she came out like that at night. But anyway, like, again, another story. Let me go back to what I was saying. So yeah, they patronized they patronized us with reparations, which if you actually do the history and think about it, it'll actually make a person who is genuinely nonviolent and genuinely peaceful, you'll turn them into a savage. I like the petiteness of her. It just that's all I can say is anyway, uh, yeah, it's like, okay, for an example, let's just say a Caucasian family living in, we'll say Hollywood, with a big old mansion and enjoying all the stolen and pillaged goods that they could pillage in their time from their granddad, great granddad to the future future grandsons or whatever the case may be. Now imagine if a individual or a group of individual, preferably, we're gonna say melanated. That's really gonna strike a lot of those Caucasians, man. Not only did I could see if it was another Caucasian came and pillaged us, but a person of color and come do the same things that we did to them, I will be damned. I will never let that happen. That's why America believes in guns. Back to what I was saying anyway. So if a group of melanated people was to come to your home, kick you out of your home, put chains around your neck, take you to another house. Along the way to the other house, they're raping your women, they're raping your children, they're raping your wife, they're even raping you, uh, repeatedly, consistently, horrendously, viciously, heinously, maliciously, eagerlessly, and just plain old sickly. They take turns on literally forcing themselves. They're forcing themselves into you. They're forcing you to do things to them. They're forcing you to watch them as they do things to your loved ones in a way that any person that has a heart or has just a smidget of compassion would instantly vaporize because of the lack of humanity, the lack of having a conscience of doing this to not an animal, not a goat or whatever, another human being. You are beyond dehumanizing them. It's like it's like that's what I'm saying. It ain't like I'm lying. It ain't like I'm making up stuff. It ain't like I'm just, oh, you racist. No, man, I'm just telling the truth. That's one thing I love about Malcolm X. He told the truth. And all the ones who say he spoke hate, no, he just placed a mirror in front of you to show you and see the evilness that you're portraying upon him. He just shows you a mirror, let you see what you're doing. And then, oh, that's hate. No, that's you. That's what you're doing. That's what you are, the aggressor. Man, he had an incredible analogy by saying that if a group of people were trying to, I hate to say the word lynch, but Man, it makes me want to go grab a gun and go kill someone. But anyway, we'll just say lynch. You'll say the person, if the person who's fighting to keep the rope from around his neck, keep from hanging on a tree, keep from being killed. He's resisting with all his his possible energy against a mob, because you know they ain't gonna come solo. You know they'll never come solo. They got to come with more than enough. But anyway, he's fighting to keep his life intact. But you got the nerve to call him violent. You got the nerve to say that he's the one that is prejudiced and racist and evil and so forth, so forth. So it's just like, the nerve of those individuals to patronize people in that type of manner, because that's on a whole nother scale of like I say, unhuman like behavior. Because I, what's going on, bro? Let me get this. Let me get one single from you. Appreciate you. Gratitude. It's like, well, it's just like, think about it. Anybody in their right mind would never allow themselves to be physically, spiritually, emotionally raped repeatedly without at least trying to fight back. You know what I'm saying? Without at least trying to defend yourself. And all the while, the moment you do defend yourself, you thought you thought as militant. You thought as the Neo. For those who know about the Matrix, you're gonna fight back. You're gonna be the Neo. You're gonna be the one who rides up against the oppressors and reverse the evil that we have been doing to you upon us. Which that is one of the Caucasians' greatest nightmare, is the day that we ourselves stop killing us horrendously and give them the energy that they have given us for so long. That is overdue. It is beyond overdue. It's to the point now it's in collections. It's beyond collections. It's garnishing. It's beyond garnishing. It's to the point where you shouldn't even get a check. That's how much you owe. You shouldn't even get you should be in the negative. Even though you're getting paid, you'll be negative because you owe that much. You owe that much that every time you get paid, it should be in the negative. And so instead of going into the black, it should go into red, bloody red, dead, ruby red. That's how red you in the red. So it's just like, think about it. How could you allow yourself? Well, let me stop and give the Caucasians a little bit of leeway. Naturally, people of color are tribal. Sadly to say that they are, even though people of Caucasian descent think that we're all the same and think that we're all brothers and all, which people of color, please wake up. When a person that is Caucasian call you brother, they are really calling you a nigger. They're calling you a monkey. They're calling you anything other than a human. Check it. Check when they say brother. It's always going to be a brother when they want you to do something. It's going to be a brother when they're trying to convince you to something. It's not a very, it is not positive when they call you brother. Yeah, come on in, brother. Nah, nigga, I ain't your fucking brother. So anyway, I can see when I get upset, I can go on and go on and go on. But anyway, but yeah, just check that. Don't let them call you brother, man. Let them call you by your name or sir or anything. All that brother. All right, well, you got some people of not Caucasian, of melanated complexion that just, for some odd reason, think that having uh, being woke or awoke is just like, what's the use? Little do you know, it's better to be awoke to see the storm coming versus trying to sleep and allowing whatever comes your way to have unlimited, undefended and unlimited uh, proximity to you, versus at least being woke, you can make some type of decision or at least brace for it and so forth, so forth. Anyway, um, Just look at how when the look, you see how they're trying to take out the history of them enslaving another human being. They're trying to take it out of the school, and then they be like, "Oh, we're woke and all that." I said, "No. What they're trying to do what they've been doing, is basically take." Again, I will take another analogy from one of the greatest, uh, one of the greatest philosophers in our generations, Malcolm X. He said, in order to move past a wound, you have to remove the blade all the way out of your body, not 6 inches, not 12 millimeters, or whatever the case may be, not the minute amount that they will insist that you should take. Like, okay, the knife, instead of it's touching your spine, it should just be just enough where it's scratching your spine. Instead of stabbing it, it should be scratching it. Like that's okay. Like, the knife shouldn't even be there. But they trying to get you to suffice and pacify yourself to think that having a knife in your back is okay because we put it there, and we hate you so much that we want to encourage you to keep it there, so that way you can always be wounded and always have that PTSD of being a victim. And anyway, he say, in order to heal the wound, you must remove the tool that created the wound. And when he said this with a smirk, he say, pull it out. He said, pull the knife out. Man, they wouldn't even admit that the knife is even there. Oh my goodness, that man he's, oof. I know it went over a lot of people's head because you're not there. But anyway, that man is very, very, very analytical. Anyway, so yeah, they don't even want to admit slavery even happened, let alone the effects that it's having. The effects of slavery is, it happened, it's happening, and will continue to happen because it's history. That's like saying, if I punched you in your eye 3 months ago, although the wound healed, you're still gonna remember me punching your eye. So it's just like the patron, the way they try to. Oh man, I'm gonna have to end this because something's telling me, grab a gun, kill everyone, grab your gun, kill everyone, especially those who are not complex as yourself. Kill everyone. Return the energy that was given to you, not even times 10, just a little tenth. Just give them the same energy that they gave your people, just a tenth, and they'll swear that I'm a terrorist, I'm a terrorizer. I'm not even a true Caucasian. I'm just a car. Not even a true Caucasian. I'm just a car. This a tenth. This a little tenth of what they done to my people. Our people. Yeah, my people. Sadly to say, what they done to us. It's like it's kind of like the moment you do unto others as how they have done it to you, they would FBI, NSA, CIA, DDA, BBA, BBC, BBL, ABD. They'll all pop out the woodworks just like they did the Black Panthers, which again was an organization to help people of my complexion to defend themselves again from being brutalized, victimized, Caucasianized, and so forth, so forth. It's like you label them as America's most nightmare when you got people like Donald Trump who committed treason. Listen, he committed treason. The penalty for treason is death. You know what they did? Nothing. They said, please, Donald, can you just, I guess just to keep the name of law and justice, can you please just come take a mugshot? Can you please just come down and just please let us get some type of formality so that way we can show that the American people that you're not a criminal on payroll like these criminals on payroll, aka cops. You're not. It's like, can we please just take a little side picture, and with the true Donald Trump, with the true Donald Trump sternness, he gives you that old frumple look like, maybe I should. Maybe I can use that picture in my upcoming election when I'm going to run for a third term, and really not only break every rule that was made. I'm really going to be the one damn near the Antichrist. The way he rocking and he's rocking and popping. He has Antichrist written all over him. Oh my goodness, he got Antichrist written all over him. Anyway, yeah, he's like, I committed treason. Not only did I commit treason, I committed an insurrection, meaning that I fired up a group of individuals to storm a government building, not the food stamp or the WIC or human resource, the goddamn Capitol Hill, where laws are being made and passed and blah 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 blah. You had, oh my goodness, and check this too before I end this. A black individual who didn't do any other destruction walked in and just filmed what was going on around him. He got more than anybody who killed somebody. He got more time to. Well, I'm finna end this, man, because I feel like I'm ready to go be a Michael Jones, a Darius Bay, and put in some work as an American hero. Thank you guys for checking me out. I'll be back sooner or later if I ain't in jail or hell. Who knows?